Today, among other wiring jobs we need to finish off, we're going to be installing a National Luma dual battery monitoring system. Now, I've spent quite a lot of time researching which one to buy because some of them were either out of my price range or a little bit too simple, and I wasn't interested in monitoring amp hours, battery draining and battery charge rates. I wanted something very simple, very compact, very easy to install, something that you can just glance at and know that your battery is okay. And this is what I found. The only other battery monitor I've seen similar to this is the T-Max one, but I could only find that as a part of the kit. This is sold separately and can be sold with or without the alarm. This is the alarm system, so if it's dropped below 11.4 volts, it will have an audible alarm. The same audible alarm will be triggered if a overcharge rate is detected. You can turn this on and off for each individual battery as well, and you can also get recessed panel mounts for these, and these also come in single battery monitor versions as well. This one has also got the capability of monitoring a 24 volt battery system by wiring up in a special way. The first step is probably the hardest step. You need to find somewhere to put this. Now, as I said, it is quite small, only about 100mm by 50mm off the top of the head. So you're not going to find difficult to find somewhere to put it. However, some key points that I like to abide by. I don't like anything in the line of the driver's eye. Obviously, mobile phones and sat-navs, there's a little bit of a discrepancy in that. You kind of have to have the sat-nav in the line of sight. Mobile's probably the same, but the less flashing and blinky lights you have, especially at night time when you're driving, the less distractions, the more chance you're not going to hit anything. So, keeping that in mind, you also still need to find somewhere where it is relatively easy to see why you're actually driving. Because this does monitor charge rate as well, so it would be handy to find somewhere you can just glance over it every so often, or even maybe your passenger if you're lucky enough to have one with you, just to check on these battery voltages, because this can indicate that many things actually. Your batteries have dropped in charge, it might be a faulty connection, faulty earth. Your alternator might stop charging, which in case both the batteries have dropped down, and when you're parked up, again, you can monitor your battery levels while waiting for the ferry, for example. So after quite a lot of thought, I decided to stick it down just about here, down near the transfer box lever for the Hilux. Again, it's not an immediate eye line, but I can glance down and just check on the batteries. We are planning a roof console install, so once we've got that installed, I'll probably end up moving it up there so it's even further out of the driver's eye line. But for now, this location right here, perfect. Once you've placed the unit, you need to send the supplied 3.5 meter cable, which is more than ample for most installations. If it isn't, it's not too hard to actually extend these, but if you can get away without extending them, that's a bit better. You pull this through a grommet in your firewall. We've got our conduit system here, so it's quite an easy job to do. Into your engine bay. Now, I found this a little bit confusing when I first came to it. The white ones with the different coloured stripes are battery 1. The red and black, solid colours, are battery 2. You'd have thought it might have been the other way around, but apparently not. So, completely up to you, doesn't matter which way around you get them, but just for simplicity reasons, I'm going to make battery 1 starter battery, and battery 2 auxiliary battery. So once you figure out which battery you're going to monitor as battery 1 and 2, it's very simple. Red goes to positive, black to negative. 4 eyelet crimps in total, onto your battery terminals, and that's it. Once you've connected the battery connections up, you should be getting something like this. Now these lights are on constantly. This light over here indicates that the alarm is set as well, but as you can see on the other side, it's not lit up. That's because this is constantly lit up. It doesn't automatically come on when it detects a voltage change or something like that. So to turn it on and off, it says on here, hold for 5 seconds. There you go. So the way I've set it up is this is battery 1 here, and I don't want to be draining my starter battery, so I want as little drain on my starter battery as possible. So, and I don't need to monitor my starting battery as much as I do on my auxiliary battery, so turn that off. I'll keep the auxiliary battery one on always for the time being anyway, especially when I'm actually out on the road on expeditions. To turn the actual alarm off itself, all you have to do is press the appropriate button for 3 seconds. You see the light there goes out, which means the audible alarm has been deactivated. It will still flash if it requires charge or it's overcharging, but there'll be no audible alarm. Turn that back on, just hold it for 3 seconds, and that's it. That's a National Luma dual battery monitor installed.